Welcome to Choosing to Matter Cocktails with Chris, a space for open, honest, and unhurried conversations. In today's episode, we sit down with someone who's shaping our world with purpose and passion. I'm your host, Chris Lubkeman. Join me as we explore how our guest has chosen and chooses to matter. So Christin, it's such a pleasure to be with you here today at the Hotel Schweizerhof on the Bahnhofstrasse. And thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Chris, for the invitation. I'm very happy to be here.
So we asked something, the title is Choosing to Matter, and there's a subtitle which is Cocktails with Chris. And you have a favorite cocktail which you have had us create. So can you explain a little bit about it?
Yes. So, I'm actually not so much of a cocktail girl. I rather like a nice glass of red wine or, a nice crisp Austrian white wine. I'm from Austria originally.
Yes.
But this drink has a very big, nice meaning for me. It's actually created by my sister.
Younger or older?
Younger sister.
Okay. Yeah.
So she took over the family business of my parents, and we always had it as the signature drink in the restaurant of my parents.
Nice.
So it's a basil smash. It's basically fresh basil, smashed with palm sugar, fresh lime juice, topped up with a little bit of champagne. It's actually a summer drink.
Ooh.
But
Well, let's give it a quick try here. Cheers. First of all, thank you. Here's cheers to being here.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers,
it's
Chris.
fantastic.
Thank you.
So fresh basil, champagne.
Wow, very nice.
This is fantastic.
Right? It's very nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like it, but there's also something, you brought the basil, so
Yes.
that's
So the
special
basil is very local, of course, from Zurich. It's actually from our portfolio company, Yasai, locally sourced. ETH spin-off.
So we'll come back to that a little bit in just a little bit, so it says more about that. But the basil is local. You are not from
Not local, yes.
You are not local. So you were born in Austria. Tell us a little bit about where you were born and what it was like when you were growing up.
Mm-hmm. So I've been born actually in, I think it's actually Austria's most beautiful baroque town called Scherding. It's a
Do you think all Austrians would say this, or do you think it's only those from Scherding?
I think actually, Scherdingers particularly, but I think all Austrians would agree.
Yeah.
So we have very nice Stadtplatz with really very nice houses that one one on Bruges, for example, Brugge in Belgium. So very colorful houses, very old traditional Baroque town. I grew up right in the center.
In the center of the town.
Yes, and I always loved to go back.
And how did that? But if I look at where you are today, how did growing up there have an impact on you? How did those? What do you take with you today from the village?
I mean, on one hand, probably the close connection to the River Inn. Scherding is right at the River Inn on the German border, so it's basically the Inn is the border to Germany. And even as a child, I always loved to go to the Maloja Pass, where the inn originates in the Engadin. But also, Scherding is a small town, so I grew up basically on the countryside, and. Yeah, my father took us a lot. He was, he had a lot of work in his business, but in his spare time, he always went fly fishing. And he brought my sister and myself along. And I think he made us aware, of that, interconnectedness in nature, with nature, that we have to protect nature. Even like, I remember those days when we picked up stuff, whatever, some plastic. It was not a lot, but still, sometimes we always picked it up close to the river. So I think that awareness, for nature, I think that also connects me a lot, and also the people.
Sure.
So
something is very interesting. I'm always curious about what impacts one in the journey of life. and what one takes with us is part of our repertoire. As you say, in a very beautiful baroque, so there's a design aspect there, there's a small town familiarity, you can see the impact, and you said you can, you know the impact very closely. That was your fair, I think that's really cool. What something you've written, or we've found is, says Christin is committed to create deep impact and proactively making the shift towards regenerative economy a reality. And so, what is regenerative economy to you?
To me and to us at G Impact Capital, it's really investing in companies that help solve root cause problems. That have a transformative, we call it core regenerative business model that really help to solve solutions, and help to solve root causes. And not only some symptoms, but and I think it's very important to see things holistically also. When we speak about regeneration, it's not only the climate topic or the food topic, so things are very much interrelated across various sectors, and I think this is also something for me privately in life. I really think considering the connected whole really is very important for us to realize, like personally, but also business-wise.
How we are connected.
Yes, exactly. In the body, but also with everything, basically.
So
also with investing.
Speaking of connected, how did you get here today?
Today I took the tram to tram 4 from the Seefeld.
It took you about 10 minutes?
Yes.
So that's a nice connection, an easy connection.
Yes, I mean that's amazing in Switzerland, right? I'm here since almost 20 years now, but I'm still astonished how everything is always working here. Yeah, that's very cool.
If someone was going to describe you as a cocktail, what do you think they would describe you as?
As a cocktail? I never thought about this. So
well, I got to ask you a good question or something. Otherwise,
so maybe actually, a unique cocktail, I would say. So
what would it be made out of? Perhaps?
It's a lot of life force juice, I would say. So positive life force is in the cocktail. A lot of, I mean, we have a champagne cocktail now,
I'm
basil
good
cocktail,
with that, sure.
but I would say also a lot of healthy stuff is included in that cocktail. I'm a vegetarian.
Champagne's healthy, come on. Yeah.
So so I would say it's a sparkling, healthy, unique, nice cocktail.
Nice. I would go with that. I think that's a good one. I think. So, Christin, who are you? Tell me, who are you?
So, I mean, you ask me all these profound questions today, Chris. It took me quite a while to find out who I am today, I must say. I think I'm probably a very simple girl, moderate person. But I would say I'm a woman on a mission. I always had a plan when I think back, even like when I was very young. And I'm also a yoga teacher in life, so I can also very, how should I say, nicely reconnect with myself and also take a moment for reflection, for meditation. But I never had that sense, never in my whole life that I thought, Lord, I'm bored now, so I don't even notice what this means. So going back to your question, who am I?
A woman with a mission.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, maybe we can leave it with that. I think I found it out on a very long journey when I consciously decided to quit my job, which was a very nice job there. The company offered me to stay, get another employee in my team, get a nice pay raise. But I was on my mission. I thought, no, it's very, very nice. But I now want to go on that trip. And and I think there I found really out who I am, and then from there on, I very, very clearly was on my mission to impact investing.
That's really fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. Appreciate that. So let's go back for a moment, because you said you've always kind of thought you had a direction where you wanted to head.
Mm-hmm.
So when we go back to when, say, you were 14, 15, 16 as a young human, what was your goal then?
I think with like 14, 15, 16 maybe, I thought I would be a very successful stockbroker in New York.
Oh,
yeah,
no kidding.
No, really.
Interesting. Yeah.
So I had my father even opened a bank account for me, no, like a trading account.
Trading account, yeah.
And I earned actually quite a lot of money. I was very young, but then when I was 18, I bought myself a very nice car because I was in a boarding school. And I mean, driving home with the train took me so long. We had school on Saturday.
Yeah.
I knew all the train connections. Everybody always in my family told me, you will go to the ÖBB in Austria. No, really, because I knew all the connections, because it was then we had no internet, no phones or anything at the time. So I was thinking, in order to get home, and I always loved to go home, so I need to know all the connections. And then I thought, okay, I will definitely buy myself a car when I'm 18, and then I'm much quicker at home.
Yeah.
Even though my parents had to work a lot on the weekends, but I always went to my grandmother. She was like my big role model, I must say.
So you're able to go back home.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And to see your grandma. Tell me more about your grandmother, and she as a role model. Tell me more about that.
She was this amazing, warm-hearted businesswoman. So she combined those two things so nicely. So she was really a successful businesswoman, but she was always warm-hearted, caring. Also for my sister and myself. My parents had so much work, so my sister and myself, we basically grew up at our grandmother's place, and it was such a privilege to be with her, because she was always there for us, and she always, motivated us and always told us, if you want, you can move mountains. And
That's great.
That brooch is from her, for example. Beautiful. And she unfortunately passed away 2 years ago when she was 97, but she was completely fit, completely healthy, and she always told me, Christine, I can only tell you, start saving for my 100th birthday party, because this is going to be very expensive. Yeah, really. So, and she said, I'm not sure, so should I buy a new car or should I dye my hair red?
That was her big question.
For the 100th birthday.
Wow,
so but she was living alone in a big house in her age. So no, I think I learned a lot from her that inspires me today.
Because as a young woman, or as a woman in, say, Middle Austria, that was probably, as a businesswoman, that was not necessarily the norm.
I mean, and she told me, all these stories, She was from Vienna originally, from the war where they hid, and all these things. So I learned a lot from her, and she supported me always when I wanted to go to America to study. So I got a stipend, but still, I mean, I needed some more money, and she gave me some money. So she was always
there for you,
supporting me. Yeah,
I think that's really fantastic.
It's amazing.
It's interesting to think how we look back in our lives at individuals or moments which really were supportive or key to direction.
Yes.
Right, and clearly she is for one. So you left the village, and where'd you go?
I basically left Scherding when I was 14. I went to boarding school for 5 years. To go to a tourism school, because my parents are from the tourism industry, and then after 5 years, so this in Austria is a bit a different system than in Switzerland, and you can finalize the school with a matura, the tourism school, and then my parents were still relatively young, so then they encouraged me that I can still go to study, and then I studied law and business administration in Linz in Austria, and then I went to America to.
And you still wanted to be a stockbroker.
Yeah, so I mean that was actually in that time. So I was always very much interested in financial markets.
So finance has been a key thing.
This has been definitely So
theme.
And then.
Sorry, I interrupted you. I didn't. But this is good. Curious. So you went to Linz. And,
yes,
and
went to Linz. Yes.
And you're studying law and
law and business administration, and then went to America, did another master study there, an LLM at Duke University, and in Linz also did another master. And then I was actually thinking, I've studied so much and enough, so I really want to work. I was very entrepreneurial driven, and then actually I had a job offer, a very nice job offer from a Wall Street law firm. It was actually a law firm, but I would have been in the financial department. And I was thinking, okay, that's also actually very interesting. So I accepted that offer, and it would have been my first job. And I already had an apartment, everything. And as a small side thingy, so my ex-boyfriend with whom I studied in America still had to study for 4 more years when I was supposed to start that job. But then that law firm called me end of August 2001 that they cannot take me because of visa issues, and that they have to take a German guy because they have to send him back to their Frankfurt office. And then, one important element is that this office would have been in the World Trade Center.
Oh.
And I was completely devastated when they called me. I was really, I was even getting ill and everything. But then I just realized, oh Lord, apparently everything in September 11, which was just a couple of days later, apparently everything has its connection in life. Sure. And happens. For some reason. Sure. And so I must say, I'm
grateful that you didn't take that job.
I so much wanted it, right?
Sure.
But then took me quite a while to realize, oh Lord, this was a profound moment in my life where I really also started with mindfulness training, with those things. And on the other hand, of course, there was this horrible time in America. The job situation got very dire, and so I had no job possibility. And then, this was just more out of German, you say, a Verlegenheit, because I wouldn't know what else I should have done. Sure. So I applied actually at the Harvard Law School for a stipend. My boyfriend was also in Boston at the time, to write my PhD, and I got that stipend. And so by accident, I basically wrote my PhD then in the M&A field.
Oh, interesting.
And then I started working for a private equity boutique in Cambridge. And so.
And that's what then continued to get you back deeply into the financial world.
Yeah.
Which allowed you then to spring forward. This springs forward to where you are today.
Yes, exactly.
So with Chi Capital, you founded that how many years ago?
2017.
In 2017, and tell me a bit more about Chi Capital and what you're doing there.
So Chi for us means positive life energy, right? So the Chi that we have in our body. But Chi also stands for conscious, holistic, and impactful investing. So from the very get-go, we always wanted to see things holistically and wanted to proactively drive systemic change towards a regenerative economy and towards a circular economy. And this is basically where Chi comes from. What we are doing is basically we're currently launching our second, pulling off our second impact VC fund, with a focus on the circular economy, where we also want to proactively drive systems change with I mentioned it before, right? With investments into companies, transformative business models that really help solve root causes.
Are they mostly here within Europe, or you invest in other parts of the world?
Yes, because we have to start somewhere.
Sure,
we are a small team. We have the strongest network here in Europe. So we said, but even though everybody in our team, of course, coming from the financial world, but also having been in developing countries for a couple of years impact for us is not just an overlay, it's just really speak of deep impact, right? So we also understand and know exactly also ourselves what we mean when we speak of deep impact creation.
Sure. So if I think you're obviously a very intelligent, gifted human, and you could make many choices. So why did you choose to do this? Out of all the things you could have done many different things. But why creating this entity, and why focus on that?
I think it was a mix maybe of let's say kind of fate and intention. I would love to speak about intention maybe later, Chris, with you. But in 2008, in the time of the financial crisis, I worked for Bank Julius Baer here in Zurich. And in that time, I co-founded, and it's a whole lengthy story, I will not get into the details, but it came into my life kind of by accident, or I always think everything has a reason.
Sure.
So it had a reason.
Serendipity.
So exactly. A project emerged came to me in Ghana, in West Africa, and actually it was just an idea for that project with two other ladies that I did not even know personally. So I've never met them personally, but and then I went to Ghana. I read about. Now I need to tell you.
Okay, tell me the story. Come on. You can't tell me the short version. I was at Bank
Julius Baer, and then my best friend from Vienna forwarded me an email from 3 girls who actually studied social sciences in Austria and did a practical training in an orphanage in Ghana, and this was a very lengthy email, and one thing that triggered my thought when I read it in the evening at home was that they said, we are collecting some money because we want to initiate a few projects, basically help for self-help projects, and some with a sustainable approach. And I was thinking, that's actually quite thoughtful. I really liked it. And one of those girls was from Scherding, but I did not know her. And I wrote them. They were 10 years younger also than myself. I wrote them, but I didn't even have internet there. And then 10 days later, they wrote me an email back. And then in my original email, actually, I said, if there is something where I can support you, please let me know. And by the way, I've worked so much, I still have so much holiday. If you need me to kind of supervise what you have initiated, when you need to go back in October to study to Austria, let me know. And then they wrote me, this is such a good idea. You come to Ghana, please check out what happens to the money that we have raised. So we didn't even have time to meet. I didn't know them. So I went myself to Ghana in November 2008. So basically now, 19 years ago, no, not 19 years, 15 years ago, basically, 16. And then when I came back in December, also basically...
You were there for a couple of weeks? Or?
I was there for a couple of weeks, yes. And then for Christmas, we met for the first time in Austria personally, and then we pulled off a Verein, basically, foundation, NGO, with nothing, and people said, what do you even want to do? You do not even know each other. You don't have any money. This is so remote. This is just doomed to fail, right? And but we had such a clear intention, we had such a clear mission, and we knew this is going to work because we had a very clear plan and we were all extremely dedicated. And today, Brave Aurora, and even the people said, Lord, I mean, nobody can even pronounce the name of the NGO. and today, you know, we are a UNICEF collaboration partner. We're collaborating with the Department of Social Welfare in Ghana. We have won many awards. We have a staff of 15 people on the ground.
Wow.
We get grants from the basically upper Austrian government. So a lot of positive things have happened, and this was all our voluntary work. You know? So I'm just saying this, sometimes you just need to be brave and pull off things and just go for it. But to close the loop now, this project so extremely inspired me to do what I'm doing today, and I would have never thought that this would change my life for the better, because I really will never forget when I came back from Ghana in 2008, and then I was standing at the Paradeplatz, right? And I mean, now the same time as now, so like all these beautiful Christmas lights, and I was thinking, I mean, this financial system is just so wrong. Yeah, it's just so wrong in so many places. I mean, I'm a very, let's say, entrepreneurial person. The economy, money is, I see it as positive energy. We need it, definitely. But I was just thinking that old system, we need to overcome, we need to transform it. And so I was standing there and I was thinking, I will leave that world, and we need to transform it. And I so clearly felt I need to, that fire that got ignited never left me. And
So it's a wonderful origin story.
So this is basically, you know, I would have never expected that this would be so powerful. But you know, being there, and then you see children, small children, that want to share that one bowl of rice that they had at that time, even with you, and then you think, Lord, I mean, this is crazy. And so this
it's not crazy, it's a wonderful thing that a little child would like to share.
Yes, I mean, it's so beautiful, right?
That's a beautiful thing.
This is so beautiful, but you think, I mean, wow, now, like, one of those girls, she was a full orphan, for example, Mariam, she now graduated from university as the best student from university.
No.
We even have it on our website.
Fantastic.
With a certificate. So that's amazing.
That's amazing. That's true impact.
Yes.
That's an impact that lasts. It's not just for a moment. It's a lifetime of impact. That's really amazing.
And I'm so grateful for that.
And so how? Tell me that's good. So how many are you today with Chi? And you're working in Europe, and tell me a little bit more about that today.
Yeah, so we are, we are a small team currently still. We are currently, as I said, in the process of pulling off our second fund. We are 5 people. Yeah. We are planning to constantly enlarge the team.
Sure.
So we have a lot to do, but so I think we can spread work nicely, and we're a very complementary team. Everybody is also in our team for quite a while. Even our youngest person in the team, Martin, is with us since more than 2.5 years now, which is very cool.
That's fantastic. Now, you said a little bit earlier that you always had a vision, always had a plan. So let's look forward to the future now. We're standing here in 2024 in this beautiful Hotel Schweizerhof. We look forward. What's Christin's plan? What's your vision?
So I think my vision, is actually very clear. So we want to be, and I think I can picture ourselves, or Chi, as one of the most impact VCs in Europe, creating a lot of positive impact, creating tangible, positive, real life outcomes that show that the shift towards a circular and regenerative economy is just simply possible and is the right choice.
So what does that look like for you? If we think in, like, let's say we move out to 2040, 2050, what does that look like? What do you imagine? Close your eyes.
I know Chris now since a while, so you always love to kind of connect with the future, and I think this is extremely important actually. As you usually say, so the future is typically under-imagined.
Oversold, under-imagined,
yeah.
yes.
So,
now don't go throwing my quotes back at me, young lady.
No, but I mean, you're right. So, I mean, honestly, I'm looking now at the beautiful Bahnhofstrasse here, but all these cars will be gone. We will have, now it's still that discussion about whatever, all these transformative solutions like vertical farms, like we will have it all here, right? So the parking garages will be gone. We will reuse it completely for new things. I also think people will be more conscious. I see a very positive picture actually, because I see so many solutions, and that is also what inspires me. But if I just look out there, all these cars and everything, this will be gone, and also the trams. Yeah.
You think the trams will be gone as well?
I think so. Yes, we will not have them, Chris.
So how are we going to get around?
Maybe we have drones, or maybe even something new, but no trams anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah, which will be good, right? So more, it's much greener. So I mean,
I like trams. I don't know. I'm kind of, trams and trains. I think are kind of good.
No, it's nice. Yeah, the trains, but still, yeah. So we need to completely revolutionize it, and everything needs to be much greener. And I mean, it so upsets me when I just look across the river here, and I don't know if you've heard about it. When you look down from the ETH, you can actually see it. There are a couple of, not only a couple, like 30. Like more than 100-year-old chestnut trees, just at a little bit further in the front towards the Marriott Hotel, and they wanted to enlarge the street and cut all these trees. Something like completely insane. This should be so forbidden to even think of cutting an old tree.
Yeah, I don't know any of those plans. That's all.
Yeah.
No, that's
it.
Yeah. That's true. So if we think about the future, I mean, you said one thing is we're no more personal mobility, no more trams. But I think, what inspires you about the future? When you look at the future, to me, you exude positivity. And this is your aura is very positive. So when you think about the future, what inspires you about it? Yeah.
What inspires me are all these people, that work, on those transformative solutions across the various sectors, from A to Z. I mean,
give me some examples.
Yeah, for example, young teams, young inspiring teams, whatever, in the space of battery technology improvement. Yeah. Also AI for good. I mean, we can use, of course there is then this huge discussion, Lord, this can also all be used against us. And but when you ask me what inspires me, then it's really those so dedicated people that work basically day and night to bring those solutions forward, to transform our economy, and to see that those solutions are not only the right solutions environmentally or socially, but also business-wise. Yeah, from an investment perspective, I find this extremely inspiring. Also from a risk perspective, just check out the WEF risk report, and when you check out the 10 long-term risks, the 6 top risks are all environmental risks.
Sure.
So and also, I think that's very much inspiring. I think
that's great. And so when we think about the future and think about the kind of, we talk about like impact a lot. What impact do you hope to make personally when we look to the future? Because you talk about cheese, but what about you, Christin? What impact do you try to make, or you want to make? Your legacy, which you want to see?
I think, it's not about like being in it, like, I'm just being now very much black and white. It's not about being like an individual hero. It's about symbiosis. It's about collaboration. It's about collective change. So I'm very much, I have an embracive attitude in a sense to, I'm not a very egoistic person. Mm-hmm. So I think we should uplift each other collectively. Mm-hmm.
How do we do that? I mean, I agree with you. Mm-hmm. So how do we do that?
How do we do that? Yeah, I think everybody has to work on its own light, kind of, personally. I mean, also, I remember that morning after the election in America just recently, I was also I felt some sense of kind of frustration in the first moment, but then I was thinking, Lord, who if not us? Yeah, we need to keep shining. Mm-hmm. We need to even like radiate, and everybody needs to if everybody tries to increase his light, then it just needs to be okay.
Yeah, because you said a little bit earlier about how the importance of also finding the center. You said chi with the energy of the self, right? Positive energy. So part of it, I guess, I'm hearing from you is each one of us need to also work on ourselves so that we can also give. It's like it's like an airplane, when you say put on your own oxygen mask before somebody else. So a positive way for collective change is also.
Yes, exactly. And for that, I think it's very much important to also work personally. And sometimes it's just challenging because there is so much work, and but it's very important and everybody has its own recipe how to do that, but to just really align and to reconnect with oneself. It's through just a short walk, or just, I don't know, not now, it's too cold, but in summer just walking barefoot a little bit on the grass or in the wood, or I don't know, jumping in our beautiful lake here, just even go down with the head under. I think then you completely see things fresh again. Yeah. But it's important that we do that really regularly.
Yeah. So with that, thinking about what we've learned recently from a colleague from the ETH, Sonia Serenata, that we're really on our way to a 3.2 degree world if we don't do collective change. How does that make you feel?
Yes. So, I mean, I must say, how does it make me feel? It makes me feel completely upset, because I remember when I learned that from Sonia Serenata from the ETH, who is such an inspiring person and one of the most renowned climate professors, and she showed us actually that passage in the IPCC report, very, very small, that we are on the 3.2 degree track, but that countries have negotiated to just put it into like that small kind of side note. And Sonia told us, well, if this scenario is going to happen, then we are in climate war. Then we can stop discussing how which adaptation measures we should take, mitigation measures even, because then we're in climate war. And I must say, when I really learned that just this year at the Year 2040 event, I had a sleepless night. I was completely awake the whole night, and I was thinking, wow, this is really something, because I was not aware that we are really on the 3.2 degree track. And then I actually wrote Sonia and said, hey Sonia, how do you feel actually about it? And she told me, I also, it also makes me personally, it affects me also personally. Sure. But But I must say, this is exactly also why technology is such an important tool for transformation in a positive way, and why investing in transformative solutions with a strong tech component that also has a strong scaling component makes a lot of sense and is crucial actually. Crucial. Yeah. So, and that actually then, again, makes me positive, very positive even. Yeah.
Even more, I mean, this is what you said before, when you woke up after the recent election and realized we have to shine, we got to work harder even. I think the same for me is like, that means we just have to do even more.
Yes,
as much as we can.
Exactly. And I think it's a real chance for Europe right now.
Yeah. I think it's also very lucky because, you know, we can choose what we do.
Yes.
And you have made these choices on this path.
Exactly. And I mean, that is something very important what you're saying. So we actually, you know, I mean, we are in a situation where we can also, you know, kind of direct our energy. Yeah, some people, I don't know, in some developing countries just simply don't have that choice because they never had the chance to have a higher education or to even have access to some preliminary education. But that should make us so aware. I mean, we only have that one life. Just fully go for plan A, and
And I think it's also quite important. You know, it's like with privilege comes responsibility.
Yes.
Right? And I think this is also part of this. And
yes.
You mentioned earlier you wanted to talk about intention. Tell me about that.
You know, intention is a key concept in impact investing, and I love that from the very beginning because intentionality is also something that's an important element in a yoga practice. As I said, I'm also a yoga teacher. I do not teach because I don't have time. Well, I could make some time.
Yeah,
maybe.
You don't make time for it. Come on.
I know, so we have that discussion. But at least I practice myself.
Yes.
But so, you know, you should actually, before you do a yoga practice, you should set an intention for the practice. And it's the same in business life. You should set an intention. And for impact investment, it's a key element to set an intention. That intention should even be reflected, you know, for example, in the fund documents, if you have a fund, for example. Namely, what you want to achieve with that investment. So a really clearly stipulated intention for positive change. And that is a very powerful element, not only against the whole greenwashing, you know, because a lot of products, they speak about impact and are, if all gets well, they are maybe only like ESG light or something. But also, if you really set an intention, then basically the chance that you're going to do it is much higher.
Increased,
because yes,
If you put it out there, and this is what I'm intending.
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly.
Exactly. And ideally, also your fees are measured against it. So
So how do you define or understand positive change?
I think positive change should always be something with a tangible outcome, with tangible results that you can see, that you eventually can touch and feel, but something that has an effect on somebody, on a community or on the environment. So something that you can see basically or measure. But I don't think everything needs to get measured. I mean, even though I'm like a very, let's say, hardcore impact investor, deep impact investor, but I think funds definitely need to measure their impact. That's very clear. That's a no-brainer. But I would seriously doubt if everybody who is making a direct impact investment needs to now start to measure its impact. I think this is very, very debatable.
Yes. Very often, sometimes difficult
Yeah, and then people start the whole discussion about measurement, and I think that they're completely missing the point. Just get active, start doing something, but do not get lost in the measurement. Yeah.
I hear you. I get
Yeah.
So something that it's an excuse not to do something.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is
Mm-hmm.
we need to eliminate the excuses not to do something
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
before it's too late. So
Yes.
I think that's also very important for all of our sakes. So is there something I should have asked you that I haven't asked you?
I was actually thinking you might ask me what my favorite books are, or I don't know what. I don't know. So
I'm gonna
I was
come-
thinking.
okay.
I was actually
So-
thinking yesterday evening. What are my favorite books? And then it came very quickly. Yeah.
Okay.
But,
So Christin.
Yes, Chris.
What's your favorite book?
I think I have 3 as far as I saw very spontaneously yesterday evening.
Okay.
And I would say one at the moment.
Okay.
One is called The Web of Meaning from Jeremy Lent.
Yeah.
You know it?
Yeah, I do.
It's all
Very good
about
book.
the
Yeah.
interconnectedness.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah. Excellent book.
It's really a nice book. And then I also really love the book he is a monk from Austria who lived very long time in America. And kind of through miracle, I once met him at the lake in Austria, and I couldn't believe it. And I was thinking, this is Brother David. He's sitting here. And I went to him and said, Brother David, and he looked at me, who are you? I said, Brother David, I'm Christin, but I'm such a big fan of you. And then I met him, and it was so amazingly nice. And then he said, yeah, I'm actually on a very small monastery, just 4 kilometers. I'm living here. He's also now, I think, 98 years old. You need to read his books. They are amazing. What I really love on those books is that he, has also this holistic view that none of the religions is like better. Yeah, so he compares the religions, and but he comes out from a Christian perspective, but I think he's more Buddhist than a Christ. But so it's amazing what he shares in his books.
So what's a title to look
and
up?
one of those books,
sorry.
I think one of his best books I read. I think all his books is called I Am Through You, So I. In German, Ich bin durch dich, so ich. So basically,
I am through you,
so
I am. So I
yeah,
am. Yeah.
exactly. Because even when we don't like somebody, so there is this interconnectedness,
Sure.
and so we're always learning from the people we are engaging with. So this is a very profound book. I think I really like it.
Wonderful.
And recently, just I came across, but this was just more by accident, but I also liked it a lot, and it was a lot of fun to read. It was actually from Arnold Schwarzenegger, who is actually from Austria, and
Yes.
I'm a big fan from him.
Yeah.
And the book is called Be Useful, and one key thing that I really like in his book is that he said, it's not enough to pull up. It's you just really need to pull through. Yeah, it's all about resilience and about repetition, and I found it so inspiring because there are, for every one of us, there are these ups and downs in life, and then also on my end there are oftentimes situations where I think, so how should I continue? But then next morning again I think, hey, I need to do this because I want to do this, and the drive comes back, and then we have
It's
to
just pulling
repeat.
through.
Pulling through.
That's a great.
And pulling through is sometimes a bit, also painful, but it's about pulling through. I thought, okay, very good point, Annie. Mm-hmm.
That's true. It's like, that's good. These are 3 wonderful books. I'm reading right now the Dalai Lama's Cat.
Have
you read that?
Very nice, very nice. Yes.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Also
Very
excellent
nice.
book.
Yes. I met him once in India.
Yeah.
Amazing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the cat.
No, the Dalai Lama.
Really? Oh.
Yes. And he actually, I remember his quote. He said, I so found it. It's actually in my book. Oopsie. So he said, oneness is the source of all happiness.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's again a little bit also what Brother David is saying. So we're all connected.
Yeah, exactly. I think those are critically important lessons for us to take away also. We're looking for impact. And you just mentioned your book. You have it right here. Tell us a little bit about that. I'm sure that's good.
Yeah.
So, conscious investing.
Conscious investing. The book is already back from 2017,
Yeah.
but I must say I'm actually quite proud because back then already we spoke in the book about systems change and about really, about solving root cause problems and about real impact investing, deep impact investing. And so conscious investing is basically kind of, if you want, so more an enlightened version, enlightened form of impact investing, where you really proactively point your money towards the future that you want to create for yourself, for your children, for the planet.
Which is, I think, a really critical thing, is putting your money, we saw it, put your money where your mouth is, right?
Yeah.
Not just looking for a return, but looking for conscious investment. I think that's really, really fantastic. I think that's great. So you also, if one wants to go learn more about you, one can Google you. Is there a certain website or place you'd suggest that people go to find out more about you?
Maybe on our website at G Impact Capital, we have our latest impact report there. We have some papers there. So we have some podcasts there. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes. Next time I interview you, Chris.
Oh, okay. We can turn the tables on me. That
Exactly.
sounds good. So if there's one key message or a question you would like to share with our listeners as a last thought, what would you say?
I think, it's so important to become active. And I think the message that I would love to share with our listeners is, every step counts. Every single step counts. And walk the talk, do a first thing where you think this is where you're really passionate about. Walk the talk. And we spoke about the light, and I also think even like in some dark moments in life, reconnect with your light, let it sparkle, let it shine, let it radiate.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, Christin, it's been an absolute pleasure to speak with you about the choices you have made to matter in making the world a better place for the next generations. And I really am grateful for your work, and I thank you for your time.
I'm grateful for having been here. Thank you, dear Chris. We should have a toast.
I agree. Here, a toast to the future.
Exactly. I love toast. Everybody who knows me, I love toast. A toast to the positive future.
I hear. Here.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Cheers, my dear.
Cheers, dear.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening today. It's really been a pleasure to share this story with you. And I look forward to seeing you again soon and meeting our next guest. And as always, do something today that makes a difference in somebody's life. Choose to matter.